stage, and boys are hard when they're little, and it flips, their energy and their naughtiness, and they grow out of that and turn these calm people, and then girls are so sweet when they're little, and it flips. But so yes, she battled. I'm sure your stepmother battled some issues with your sister. However, if she were the biological mom, the same thing would have happened.
Yes, because
right.
at the same time, Holly, I don't mean to hold you too long. I know
it's okay.
agreed on a specific time frame, but I got to tell you, with my 13-year-old daughter and my wife now, and I'm starting to see some of the battles.
I think they're called pheromones. It's the pheromones in there. I think it's something like that. But what do? We keep on loving. We keep on pushing through. We don't give up. They're our daughters. So, right, you're going to see it. And my husband said, my daughter's kind of grown out of it. It was kind of 7th and 8th grade. My husband said one day, I don't know what's going on with the two of you. And I said, no. There's no two of us. I'm the mama. She's the daughter. She needs to obey first, and we'll discuss it later. There's no.
That is true.
Right, and he laughed because he got me. No. I'm not her age. There's no two of what's going on with the two of us. So with my first book, Wicked Not All Stepmothers Are Wicked. 35,000 distributors have it available online, and I have my own website, wickednot.com, where you can order it from there too, or my publishing company, Friesen Press, out of Canada. But came up with a new archetype, the Apple Mom. The Apple Mom, anyone can be an Apple Mom, and we need to strive to be an Apple Mom. And I have a bracelet on my website that says Apple Mom. The mom in my book is an Apple Mom, one who is loving and nurturing. And it's a true story what happened to me. It actually did not happen with Luke, which is the irony of the book. It happened with my daughter, Kiki. She was like 5 years old, and someone had asked her if she would like an apple, and she said yes, and the person asked if she wanted it peeled. And I think Kiki was confused, like, what? And she said, does your mommy peel your apples for you? And Kiki's like, no. And this person said, your mommy doesn't peel your apples for you? And I was thinking, gee whiz. I just, an unjustified flurry, So I pulled Kiki aside later, and I said, honey, mommy doesn't peel your apples for you because that's the good part. It's nourishing and healthy. And so I kind of implemented that into my story with Luke. He thought that he got sick in my book because of the unpeeled apple. Why can't you peel my apple like all the other mothers? And so
really?
The new archetype that I want to propel across the nation of the United States is, are you an Apple Mom? Did you read the book? Wicked Not All Stepmothers Are Wicked. It changed the archetype from wicked stepmother to an Apple Mom, and anyone can be an Apple Mom. So this book can be for a biological mom who's having trouble with their kids, or a foster mom, adopted mom, stepmom. If there are good stepmothers, there are bad stepmothers. There are good bio moms, there are bad bio moms. There are also stepmothers that change lives forever for the good when there is a bad bio mom. And so we need to embrace the opportunity of all mothers, regardless of bloodlines, to be an Apple Mom. And that's kind of the message, and love and healing. Now, I want to share this with you. I don't know if you know, we produced a song, and we're going to produce a song to go with every book. And my musician, Tim Foley, has been a good friend and partner in the ministry that I've involved in San Diego for over 10 years, youth ministry. We do a lot of youth stuff. And he was in a band called Skelpin. They did world music, Irish music. He plays 9 different instruments. So he sings my song, Wicked I'm Not. And in it says, this would be a good gift for your stepmother, Ted. It says, it's him singing, because someone said, why isn't the woman singing? Well, not all bio moms want another woman singing to their son. There's a lot of jealousy issues there, or their child. So I have Tim singing as a buffer, the man giving permission. She's saying, I want to love you. I wasn't the first, but I'll love till it hurts. I just want to have a family with you, because wicked I'm not. And so a song goes with this book too. So anyone that orders Wicked Not from my website, I send them a complimentary CD sung by Tim Foley and his band members. Yeah, so a lot of good stuff there.
A lot of good stuff.
Now you know what
Holly,
to get your stepmom for Mother's Day.
Yeah. So before you go, I want you to just, and you mentioned it during this interview, but I want you to mention, number one, your Twitter handle or your social, best ways to get in contact with you via social media, and how do we get the book?
Okay. My Twitter handle, it's like pulling the curtain back and seeing the wizard there. My dear friend Dawn Suchecki is my social media director, and she's the one that does all those tweets. And so I'm embarrassed to say I don't know my Twitter handle. I think it's wicked.
It's wicked.not.
Oh,
yes,
is
wicked.not.
Is it wicked.not or is it wicked.not? Wicked_not or wicked.not?
Wicked.not.
Well, praise God, you knew. Okay, I'm like, oh, I felt like Toto just pulled the curtain back. Oh, it's not me.
Oh, no, no.
I follow it and I watch it, and we share everything that goes up on there. And so Dawn Suchecki, a dear friend, and she's a stepmother, too, of 3. All right, so Wicked Not is the Twitter handle, and we're on Instagram. Mm-hmm. We're on Facebook. Okay. And my website is wickednot.com.
Gotcha.
And, of course, you can get my book on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, my publishing company, Friesen Press, up in Canada. So it's out everywhere. But if you get it from me, you get a complimentary CD.
Oh, my goodness. I am going to be in touch with Amy tomorrow because Amy, your publicist, did a fantastic job.
Thank you. And I'll just let you know, not only is she exemplary in everything she does, she's in New Orleans because many of being with the Saints, we are in love with New Orleans. We'll never fully leave New Orleans. And our friendships we made there when John played for the Saints are they're just deep and filled with love and they're just amazing. The New Orleans people are just awesome people. I just love everyone in New Orleans. And Amy lives and works in New Orleans and was basically, I think, an executive producer with many news stations before she became a publicist, so she could stay at home with her 2 gorgeous little boys. So she's awesome, isn't she?
She is. Holly, we want to give you a one-time round of applause.
Oh, thank you.
And we want to thank you so much for spending the time tonight to talk with us. And you know what? We're not going to say goodbye because you're going to be back. You're going to be back. And as each book is released, we definitely want to have you come back. And I'll work with Amy because we're going to get a blog up on Late Night Parents about your series of books that are coming out and just your story, and really, really powerful. We want to thank you so much and say God bless.
Oh, God bless you, too. Thank you so much for having me on.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
And that was Holly Carney coming from the West Side, the West Coast. We're going to take a quick break. Then we have, right after the break, none other, Hezzie McCaleb, genuinely H5. This is Late Night Parent Radio. And we're going to go to this break right now. And we're back. We're going to have Hezzie McCaleb. I like to call him H5. You'll get to know him very shortly. Want to give a quick shout-out. We don't do shout-outs on the show, but if we did, we're going to shout out the Gridiron Mo app. The folks are going to be on next week with us. We want to shout out our friend Lunchbox Buddies. Interview is in the queue with you guys, waiting for you guys to come through. We're going to shout out our friend 0 to 3 as they introduce the Babies on the Home Front, the parenting app for our military and veteran families. So important. And our last folks we're going to shout out, the friends to the show, the folks that send these products to us that we put up on the blog, latenightparents.com, Icy Hot Smart Relief. So many millions of Americans have lower back pain. This is one of the products that could help you with it. You've seen so many of our favorite celebrities talking about it, and now you're hearing about me talk about it. But without further ado, introduce someone who's, I like to call him a younger brother to me, because I think I got a few years on him. I don't want to call him a youngster, because I think in one of his pictures, I think I might have saw a gray hair or two, but he's keeping that shave close because he's, I like to say, a barber, or he used to work in a barber shop, and we used to talk about sports. So going live right now, Hezzie McCaleb, H5. H5, what's going on?
Yo, what's going on, man? Everything is lovely, brother. Thanks for having me on.
Oh man, please. This is like the second time you've been on, but I've mentioned to our listeners, not just the folks listening to the live show, but on the podcast, I've said H5, or I've made references to barbershop and things like that. With you on the line, I could say thank you for allowing me to cut my teeth with barbershop sports, letting me ride with the crew for a few years. And as we continue on to our different projects, it's always good to come back together and talk, because we got a lot to cover with you. Our good friend Holly Carney talked about blended families and parenting, and it might have ran a little long, but I want to thank you for, as always, being there for us and supporting the show and the cause and everything like that. But I guess we get right into it. You are the guest, but it's different because your family, and with that, all of our guests, we hand over the mic to you, and let's talk. Let's get into imagination. Let's get into the filthy dish. Let's get into some of the things that podcasting and some of the things that are on your plate for 2015. So without further ado, H5, there you go. Tell us what's happening with you.
No doubt. Well, before I get into that, your first guest, wife of the great John Carney, formerly of the New Orleans Saints, kicker. I have to send her a special who dat shout out. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate her coming on, and that's awesome what she's doing with her book.
Yes, sir.
But now,
yes, sir.
Yeah, man, it's fantastic stuff, man. But now that, got the shout-out business out of the way, I'm excited, man. 2015, in a good space mentally. Imagination Unlimited, we're getting started with that, which is my new company that's going to be kind of the umbrella for all of the entertainment production that we're going to be doing right now. As you know, at the end, towards the last quarter of 2014, I started a pop culture podcast called The Filthy Dish, where it was a different side. You and I have been working together in the past on many, many shows on barbershop sports, the Inside the Barbershop podcast, and we chopped it up about a little pop culture there, but this is diving even deeper, and the language is different from, what we had on Inside the Barbershop. We made sure that we kept that pretty, family-oriented, but this show is more for the adults. This is for the grown-ups, and it's adult language. We have fun. There's a comedy twist to it. I mean, when H5 sees the on-air light, it's like Voltron being formed, man. I just turn into this new person, and I have a lot of fun with my two beautiful co-hosts, Stacy and Nicole, and I'm looking forward to getting started with that this Friday, the 23rd. We're going to be back at 9 p.m., but some of the other things that are going to be coming forward on the Imagination umbrella, underneath that umbrella, it's going to be the return of Inside the Barbershop. We had a lot of people asking about what's going on with that show, what's going on with that podcast, and I still got love for sports, man. I mean, I just saw one of the greatest comebacks of all time with Russell Wilson, and I have to have an outlet for that. So I'm excited to to come back with that, man.